Have you ever stopped to think how understanding animal qualities could actually give us deeper insights into our own personalities? It sounds a bit out there, maybe.
Oh, absolutely. But it's fascinating, really, when you start looking at the archetypes animals embody biologically and symbolically, they become these incredible mirrors.
Reflecting core human traits, yeah.
Exactly.
And that's really our mission for this deep dive. We're going to explore how four, well, quite different animals, the cow, the lion, the eagle, and the hawk-con, shed light on different sides of a specific subpersonality type, one we're calling Bannock. We've
Hmm.
gathered a whole stack of your source material, everything from scientific research, to cultural
A
folklore.
really rich mix.
Yeah, and we're going to pull out the key insights. Think of it as like a shortcut to getting properly well informed about the depth symbolism these animals carry and how they might reflect parts of ourselves. So let's dive in.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first up, the cow. Now, I get it. You might be thinking, a cow. Seriously. But this animal, often just sort of there in the background, it holds some surprising depth.
It really does. Biologically, what's particularly striking is their digestive system, that four-chambered rumen. It lets them patiently turn, simple grass into sustenance.
Right. That quiet internal strength.
Yeah, and that steady transformation, plus their gentle herd-based social life, starts to resonate with Bannock almost immediately.
It's that feeling of calm, isn't it? Reliability. They're very social, forming these matriarchal groups, grooming each other.
Vocal communication, too.
Mm.
And even though they don't migrate far, they have these subtle grazing shifts with the seasons.
Right.
And their evolution, from wild aurochs domesticated around 10,500 years ago near the Fertile Crescent, it just underlines how foundational they were.
Foundational to human society, yeah.
Modern cattle, believe it or not, might have come from as few as like 80 original aurochs, which just shows how vital they became for early farming.
Wow. Only 80.
Yeah. And, okay, there are environmental concerns now, greenhouse gases and all that, around 7% globally. But the species itself, thriving, over 1 billion worldwide.
And beyond the biology, the cultural side is just huge.
Immense.
In ancient India, they're sacred. You've got connections to Krishna, Shiva's bull Nandi, even Indra and the wish-fulfilling cow Kamadhenu.
In Egypt, too. Bovine deities like Hathor and Hesed, symbols of motherhood, fertility.
Even Celtic myths link cattle to prosperity and strength. The famous cattle raid of Cooley, for instance.
Exactly. This widespread reverence, it tells you something really powerful. The cow is almost universally tied to fertility, abundance, nourishment, that sort of fundamental maternal giving.
A provider archetype.
Totally. There are totems in Hinduism, ancient Egypt, African rituals, symbolizing nonviolence, prosperity. And historically, their utility was just central milk, meat, leather, and crucially, draft power before machines took over.
Dairy products are still key in rituals globally, right?
Absolutely. And traditional stories, from those ancient Indus Valley seals showing cattle right through to Norse and Greek myths,
Yeah.
they cement this incredibly deep connection.
So it's not just farming, it's like the bedrock of settled civilization.
Pretty much. Domestication allowed for sedentary societies. They literally became the backbone of our food systems.
But it wasn't always simple partnership, was it? There was conflict, too.
Oh, for sure. You have myths like Prithu in the Vedas, where the cow's milk saves people from famine. But then you contrast that with, say, the controversies around cow slaughter during the British colonial era in India, like during the 1857 rebellion. It's complex.
And their presence in art goes way back. Cave paintings.
Right, Paleolithic cave paintings, all the way to being central figures in religious text. The golden calf in the Bible, the Vedas, the Puranas. It shows their symbolic weight.
Thinking about modern media, cows aren't usually famous individuals, are they? It's more the industries they represent.
Exactly. Dairy and beef, they're just everywhere. You see cows as iconic mascots. Borden's Elsie comes to mind.
Oh, yeah, Elsie.
Sports teams. Dairy labels. And of course, they're big in children's stories. Nursery rhymes like Little Boy Blue or Hey Diddle Diddle, often portrayed as these gentle, lovable characters.
That gentle vibe definitely comes through online, too. Viral videos of cows just mooing.
And surprisingly, things like dairy cow ASMR or farm life clips, they're really popular. People seem drawn to that sense of pastoral peace.
Psychologically, they bring up feelings of security, nourishment, connection to the land.
For sure. And they've given us lasting metaphors, haven't they? A sacred cow for something untouchable, or a cash cow for steady income.
Right. And in dreams.
Often symbolize fertility, prosperity, abundance, maybe even maternal guidance. Plus, we all use sayings like, holy cow, or waiting till the cows come home.
It's embedded in the language.
Yeah.
And globally, the diversity is just incredible. You mentioned Bos taurus in temperate areas and Bos indicus, the zebu in the tropics.
Yeah, and countless hybrids like the Sangha cattle in Africa. Over 1,000 recognized breeds worldwide. It's staggering.
What's really unique is how differently cultures view them, like in India and Nepal, where they roam freely, legally protected.
It's a powerful statement of their revered status. Then you have Chinese mythology with heavenly oxen, and while they're related to other bovines like buffalo and yaks, their cultural roles just vary so dramatically.
Revered and protected in Hinduism, Buddhism.
Versus widely consumed in Western diets. Or specific rituals in some African societies, which are different, again, from, say, historical sacrifice in Judaism, which wasn't worship, it was ritual.
Okay, so let's tie this back. How does this calm, steady, nourishing cow connect to this Bannock subpersonality?
Well, the cow really embodies this deep, grounding energy. It's a creature of rhythm, reliability, quiet contribution. Bannock, much like the cow, isn't flashy.
No, definitely not flashy.
He's that steady presence, the leader who shows up every single day, not because they want praise, but because consistency builds safety, builds trust.
He's the internal voice saying, okay, we'll get through this, even when things feel chaotic.
Precisely. So for Bannock, the cow represents service, humility, and that kind of emotional nourishment he offers.
Like a provider for the internal team.
Exactly. His role as an emotional provider, a stabilizer, it mirrors the cow's sacred role in so many cultures. The giver, the sustainer. It makes me think of that quote. He doesn't feed the guests. He feeds the team so they can feed the soul.
That's powerful. Okay, so from the quiet strength of the cow, let's pivot. Now we're looking at the lion, the king of beasts. Much more overt power, maybe.
It's definitely a different energy.
Hmm.
The lion, Panthera leo, I mean, biologically, they're just impressive. Males with those manes, and the mane itself, its color and size, can signal fitness, status.
Right, it's not just for show.
No. And they're built for power.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of fast twitch muscle for those explosive bursts of speed. They can live a good while, too. Maybe 12, 17 years in the wild, even longer in captivity.
Apex predators, obviously. Eating large animals like wildebeest, zebra, but they'll scavenge too, right?
Oh, yeah. Opportunistic. You find them across African savannas, grasslands, open woodlands. And then there's the Asiatic lion, a distinct population in India's dry forests.
And what really sets them apart from other big cats is their social structure.
Absolutely. Living in prides. These are typically female-based groups with a coalition of males. The females hunt together cooperatively, which is crucial.
While the males defend the territory.
Primarily, yes.
Yeah.
And that roar, iconic. You can hear it for miles.
Hmm.
Evolutionarily, the Panthera lineage goes back millions of years. Lions and leopards share a common ancestor. We even have fossils of extinct types like cave lions and American lions. Shows their deep history.
Which makes their current conservation status quite worrying, vulnerable.
It really is. African populations have dropped significantly, maybe by half, since the early 90s. Only around 20,000 left in the wild.
And the Asiatic lions, even fewer, around 650, mostly in one park in India.
That's right, Gir National Park. It's a critical situation. Habitat loss is huge, conflict with humans over livestock, trophy hunting still plays a role. Conservation efforts like protected areas, managing that human-wildlife conflict are absolutely vital.
Culturally, though, lions have always held this almost divine status.
Oh, completely. Seen as guardians, like the Egyptian god Mahez, who was lion-headed, or the Hindu goddess Durga, who rides a lion.
They're just everywhere as emblems. Strength, courage, royalty, nobility, European heraldry, Chinese guardian statues.
Biblical references, too. They really are totems of leadership bravery. The zodiac sign Leo captures that fiery, charismatic energy perfectly.
And historically, their parts, manes, claws, skins were used in royal items, right? Art, too.
Yeah, symbols of status. They were kept in menageries way back in Roman times. And traditional stories worldwide feature lion-slaying heroes, tales of courage, divine power.
They were never really domesticated, though.
No, not like the cow, but often kept displayed. Historically, their skins were valuable trade goods. Now, ecotourism is a major factor linked to their protection.
But there's also conflict in the history, like the Savo lions.
Right, the man-eaters who killed railway workers in 1898. That story really stuck. And lion hunting by royalty, that was often about symbolizing dominance, power over nature. Their image is ancient cave paintings, medieval bestiaries, Renaissance art, heraldry.
And in modern pop culture, they're huge. Aslan from Narnia.
Simba, Mufasa from The Lion King, Leo the Lion, the MGM logo.
Can't forget Leo and Alex from Madagascar. They're mascots for teams like the Detroit Lions, Chelsea FC.
Brands, film studios. They embody that strength and prestige, and you see them all over social media too. Viral videos of lions roaring, rescue stories. It captures the public imagination.
Psychologically, they inspire this mix of awe, respect, maybe a little fear.
Definitely admiration.
Yeah.
Seen as both noble and dangerous. The ultimate archetype of courage, lion-hearted, leadership, king of beasts, inner strength.
And in Dream.
Often represent personal power, authority, confidence, or maybe confronting your own inner fears. And we use the phrases brave as a lion, getting the lion's share.
Looking globally, you mentioned 2 modern subspecies.
Yeah, PL Leo covers African and the remaining Asiatic lions, and PL Molenochaeta for lions in East and Southern Africa. Plus those fascinating extinct types, Barbary lions, Cape lions, the massive cave lions, and American lions.
And different cultures see them differently too.
For sure. Europe, nobility, royal power. Africa, often totemic importance linked to ancestors. Asia, guardian statues tied to deities. And while they're related to tigers, leopards, jaguars, other panthera cats, lions are unique because of that social pride structure.
Okay, so for Bannock, how does this blend of power, presence, dignity fit in?
Well, the lion evokes authority, but it's not about being tyrannical. It's authority that comes from presence, from inherent leadership qualities. Bannock doesn't need to roar to be heard.
But when he does speak up,
Exactly. When he must, his voice cuts through the noise with clarity, with a kind of moral weight. He carries the burden of leadership with a quiet nobility, not with ego.
so the lion aspect in Bannock is about sovereignty, protective power, that inner royalty.
Precisely. He embodies leading with that true north, not through dominance, but through dignified service to the whole system.
Yeah.
Like a lion watching over its pride, he reads the emotional landscape, acts with discernment, always considering the greater good. It reflects that idea.
Yeah.
He doesn't lead to prove anything anymore. He leads because it's who he is.
Okay, from the lion's grounded majesty, let's go upwards to the eagle. Now we're talking vision, altitude, strategic perspective.
Absolutely. The eagle, particularly species like the bald eagle or the golden eagle, they're just masters of the sky. The bald eagle, so iconic with its white head, dark body, that huge wingspan, up to maybe 2.2 meters.
Incredible.
And the golden eagle, darker with those golden neck feathers. Unbelievably powerful talons and eyesight that's just, wow, maybe 8 times sharper than ours.
8 times. They literally see the world differently.
They really do. Spotting tiny prey from immense heights, that sharp vision is central to their symbolism.
And their diets reflect their skills. Bald eagles mostly fish, but they're opportunistic. They even steal prey, right?
Kleptoparasites. That's the term, yeah. Famously snatching fish from other birds midair. Golden eagles hunt more mammals, hares, marmots, rabbits, but also birds, reptiles. And their territories can be huge, up to 200 square kilometers.
Behaviorally, they often mate for life, don't they?
Yes, often monogamous lifelong pairs. And they build these enormous nests, sometimes over 6 feet wide, reusing them year after year. It speaks to their dedication, their lineage.
Some are social, some more solitary.
Bald eagles might gather in social roosts in winter, whereas golden eagles tend to maintain large, solitary home ranges.
Right.
Evolutionarily, eagles go back to the Pleistocene, millions of years of speciation across the northern hemisphere.
And the bald eagle's recovery is a genuine conservation success story.
It really is. Delisted from the Endangered Species Act back in 2007, thanks to huge efforts. Still federally protected, of course. Golden eagles are least concerned globally, but habitat loss definitely impacts them, and they have protections too, like the Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act.
Culturally, eagles are just everywhere, across the globe.
Absolutely profound presence. Ancient Greeks and Persians linked the eagle to the sun, symbolizing elevation, spirit, divine authority. It was Zeus's emblem.
And Celtic myths.
A lone eagle as a sentinel, a pair meaning peace. Welsh lore even speaks of ancient eagles perching among the stars. And for Native American traditions, the eagle feather is incredibly sacred, symbolizing courage, wisdom, honesty, truth, freedom, that connection to the Creator.
Historically, they were imperial symbols too, Roman legions.
The Byzantine double-headed eagle, always representing authority, command, vision. You see them constantly in heraldry on coins tied to rulership. They pop up in ancient texts, medieval bestiaries, scripture, often as omens or divine messengers.
And in modern culture, still powerful symbols.
Very much so, often used abstractly. Logos, mascots for sports teams, nations, especially the U.S., embodying pride and strength. And literature is full of them. Tennyson's poem, The Eagle, just captures that solitary majesty perfectly.
Psychologically, they tap into really strong archetypes, don't they? Freedom, vision, power.
Courage, clarity. Absolutely. Their dream symbolism is potent, too. Seeing a soaring eagle might signal insight, a spiritual message, a new start. Twin eagles could even suggest some kind of internal duality or conflict you're grappling with.
And we use phrases reflecting that high perspective, that leadership.
Yeah, it's woven into how we think about those qualities.
Yeah.
Globally, the golden eagle is widespread Eurasia, North America, but you also have incredible species like the harpy eagle in Central and South America, the largest jungle eagle, sadly vulnerable now due to habitat loss.
The cultural variations are fascinating, too. India's Garuda.
The divine mount of Vishnu, then there's Egypt's Horus, Celtic watchers, the Roman standards, always linked to that high, discerning view.
So for Bannock, how does this eagle-like high vision translate?
Well, eagles fly high, right? They see the whole landscape, the bigger picture, while others might be stuck down in the details, the weeds. Bannock plays that crucial role within the internal system, especially when things get chaotic.
He can see the whole map, not just the immediate problem.
Exactly how it affects everything and everyone. He can hover above the chaos, maintain perspective, and choose a clearer direction forward.
So the eagle in Bannock represents that purpose-driven focus, moral clarity, the far-seeing insight.
Precisely. That North Star model we talked about, it's pure eagle energy, orienting the whole system with core values, not just reacting to the moment. He sees across time what's needed now, yes, but also what the future requires. Like the quote says, no map is permanent, only the stars.
Brilliant. Okay, so from the eagle's broad, soaring view, let's narrow the focus. Let's dive down with the hawk. Precision, responsiveness, focused action.
Yes, the hawk, also in the Accipitridae family, like eagles, but often associated with more immediate targeted action. Think goshawks, red-tailed hawks. Size varies, but again, incredible eyesight is key. Far better than ours, letting them lock onto prey.
Females are usually bigger, right?
Yeah, about 25% heavier typically. It's common in raptors. They're skilled carnivores, small mammals like rodents, rabbits, birds, reptiles, sometimes fish. And they're adaptable, living in forests, open areas, grasslands, deserts, even right on the edges of cities.
Mostly solitary hunters.
Mostly, yeah. Except maybe during breeding or migration, Swainson's hawks form huge flocks then. Their hunting style's precise, perching and waiting, then that sudden pounce, or soaring high and then stooping down at incredible speeds.
Wow, fast.
Very fast dive speeds. They're typically monogamous. Their territories and migration patterns vary a lot depending on the species and location. Evolutionarily, they also diverged millions of years ago, part of that diurnal raptor group. The Buteo genus, including the red-tailed hawk, actually originated in the Americas.
And conservation-wise, mostly doing okay.
Most species are least concerned, thankfully. But some, like the sharp-shinned hawk, have faced issues, particularly from pesticides like DDT in the past and ongoing habitat loss. Other threats include things like lead poisoning, hitting vehicles.
Culturally, hawks are also deeply significant, aren't they?
Hugely. Ancient Egypt linked the hawk to Ra, the sun god, the god of kingship. Across many mythologies, they're seen as solar birds, spiritual messengers. They embody vision, clarity, courage, leadership, even prophetic insight.
Yeah, and as totems.
Representing awareness, foresight, receiving divine messages, especially strong in Native American traditions, but found globally too.
And of course, falconry.
Right. Their trainability and hunting skill makes certain species, like redtails, prized in falconry. And in Native American stories, hawks often appear as guides in vision quests, bringing crucial insights.
Historically, that relationship through falconry is pretty unique.
It is. Leveraging their natural hunting instincts, they played roles in sport, pest control. Falconry is still practiced today, carefully regulated. It's interesting, that dynamic between partnership and conflict. Sometimes they're seen as pests by farmers, but they also control actual pests like rodents.
You see them in old art and texts, too.
Definitely. Medieval bestiaries, Egyptian hieroglyphs, Renaissance falconry manuals, Native American pictographs, a rich visual history.
What about famous hawks in pop culture? Is that a thing?
Well, there was Pale Male. The red-tailed hawk, who nested famously on a building in New York City, became a real icon of urban wildlife.
Oh, I remember Pale Male.
Yeah. And Harris's hawks are often used as ambassadors in falconry displays. They're popular mascots, too. Atlanta Hawks, for example. Corporate logos, military emblems, symbolizing precision, focus, and wildlife documentaries, of course. Planet Earth, Wildcrats feature them.
And use hawk metaphors all the time. Watch like a hawk.
Exactly, vigilance. Or being a hawk versus a dove in politics. Hawk-eyed. That adaptability, like pale male thriving in a city, has made them subjects of nature writing and those viral stories about urban nesting.
Psychologically, how do we tend to view them?
With admiration, I think, awe for their vigilance, their focus, sometimes associated with leadership, moral clarity. Archetypes like the visionary leader, the divine messenger, the strategic protector, the focused lone hunter
And dream symbolism.
often suggest insight, needing to pay close attention, maybe surveillance. Seeing one swoop might signal a need for decisive action.
Globally, there are different types: woodland specialists versus open land soarers.
Right. Accipiter hawks moor in woods, buteo hawks soaring over open country. The red-tailed hawk alone has something like 14 subspecies just across North America, shows their adaptability.
And unique cultural facts.
That urban adaptability is pretty unique globally. In the Middle East, hawk feathers can symbolize tribal nobility. East Asia uses them in royal emblems, moral iconography. Native American traditions see them as spirit guardians, bringers of insight. They're distinct from eagles, usually larger, falcons, kites, and of course owls, their nocturnal counterparts.
The cross-cultural views vary, too.
Yeah. West often emphasizes strategy, vigilance, independence. Indigenous American cultures, the spiritual guide role. Middle East Asia, nobility, divine connection. And modern uses as mascots, military symbols, conservation icons.
Okay, let's bring it home to Bannock. How does the hawk's focused intensity and swift action relate?
Hawks are like guardians of thresholds. They don't just hang around, they swoop in precisely when needed. Sharp-eyed, exact. Bannock shares that quality, especially in emotionally charged situations.
He observes first.
Yes. He listens, calibrates the situation, then acts. He doesn't overstep. But when the moment demands it, he's already moving, with purpose.
So the hawk in Bannock is about tactical intervention, boundary awareness, insight under pressure.
Exactly. His emotional intelligence operates like a hawk's flight path. It's measured, deliberate, no wasted energy. He observes the group dynamics, the internal conflicts, and only intervenes where it's truly necessary with that laser focus. It's about choosing the right response, not just having a knee-jerk reaction like that quote, "Let's not react yet, let's respond."
Wow. So looking back across this whole deep dive, it's really clear how each animal adds a vital layer. The cow's quiet strength and nourishment.
The lion's dignified leadership and courage.
The eagle's high vision and strategy.
And the hawk's precise, responsive action.
Together, they give us this incredibly rich, holistic understanding of a complex personality like Bannock. Pulling from all your sources, the science, the myths, the culture, it really paints a memorable picture.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it leads to a final thought, maybe for you listening.
Yeah.
How might exploring the characteristics of other animals, ones you know well, or maybe more exotic ones, how might that offer unexpected insights into your own personality or the personalities of people around you?
What animal symbolism resonates with you personally?
Exactly. And what might that reveal about your own inner landscape? Something to ponder.